The reason I don't have kids yet, one, I feel like I'm on track. I didn't want to start a family or have children until I was in my 30s. You're going to sell one?
One.
So you're going to have one person who purchased?
One.
How much is the book?
$300,000.
Yeah, I'm ready for another episode of the WIM Speaks Show. I am your host, DP Jada, holding it down for Women in Media Global. Thank you so much to everybody who continues to tune into our show. And today's show is going to be filled with a lot of great information. And I'm excited because we have a special guest who is going to be here with us talking about her brand new book. But before we get into that, my guest, we in the back, we doing our behind the scenes, fixing the lights, fixing the sound. And she asks me a question like, why you don't have no kids yet, Jeter? And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just go ahead and share that on air. Maybe I'll just add that into the episode because, I like to just share more about my life, more about who I am, so you all can get to know exactly who I am. So the reason, I'm 35, I turned 35 this year, 2020, what's this year? 2023. I turned 35 years old. And the reason I don't have kids yet, one, I feel like I'm on track. I didn't want to start a family or have children until I was in my 30s, and I'm in my 30s. So now it's about time, right? So my guest asked, do I feel like it's coming? Zakiyaa asked, do I feel like it's coming? And hopefully, who knows? But I would like to have a partner and get married and then have children. I don't want to have children single, so I would rather just kind of wait until I have my partner and we start our lives together, and then we start
Is the real question.
And we start to, make it happen. So, okay, Zakiyaa asks another question. Is there a candidate? Oh boy. The answer is no for that as well. There are no candidates currently, but however, you can put in your application. I am open for dates and first dates, okay? So we can go ahead and, make things happen. You can definitely try things out, shoot your best shot, see what's up with your girl. So, but, okay, that was fun. Now we getting the fun stuff out of the way. So again, on this show, we're going to be talking about a very interesting new read by my guest, Zakiyaa Jada. And I'm so happy that she's here because she's definitely one of the women that I was able to connect with when I first moved here to South Florida. And she always comes out to support the initiatives that I have. If I invite Zakiyaa to a Women in Media event or whatever, she shows up and she shows support. And so when I saw that she released a book, because you're a Scorpio, right?
Of course.
She released a book during Scorpio season. And I said, we have to have her on the show to talk about the book and to, for me to lend my support back to her as a brand new author, to give her that encouragement. So we want you all to check out the book, but I want to introduce my guest. She is a self-proclaimed writer of pain who has transformed her emotions into artistic expressions. And let me tell you, if you're not following her Instagram, it is dope. Like the way that she has been able to create these spoken word pieces and put them with videos and express herself in a way that is very deep and thought-provoking and intentional. So thank you so much for being here on the show. Not only is she an author, but she's also a serial entrepreneur. And her journey began at the age of 9 when she found her passion in various creative outlets, shaping her unique writing style, despite balancing motherhood, because she's a mama, so she like, where your kids at? So they can, But when I had kids, your kids be old enough to watch mine. So it's all working itself out.
You'll be like, you got some money?
It's all working itself out. Balancing motherhood, entrepreneurship, and personal challenges. She's earned acclaim as an esteemed author through her celebrated new book, The Conversations Unhad. Zakiyaa's story began with poetry at 9 and ignited her passion for storytelling, but I thought it was also interesting that this book was influenced by the Holy Quran, and so the format of the book reads right to left, or the other way around, right to left. Okay, showcasing her profound inspiration. So today she's going to share her journey, and she's utilizing her book to actually raise more funds and awareness for her first business, Flair. So she's on a funding quest. The vision is to expand into new markets, simplifying access to global beauty products and services effortlessly with just a click. Experience of a world of beauty at your fingertips. So without further ado, let me go ahead and welcome. I think your mic is on. Go ahead and test your mic for us.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, and I am great. Great. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, you look great.
Well, thank you. I tried a little bit.
All right. So the Conversations Unhad, you dropped this. Was this for your birthday?
It was a birthday release.
Okay.
Absolutely a birthday release.
Okay. And what inspired you to write? Is this your first book?
This is my very first body of work.
What inspired you to write this book?
I don't really think I had a choice. I've always been a writer, like you mentioned before. I started writing at the age of 9, maybe a little sooner, but as far as my mind can go back, about 9 years old, and it all just kind of got started, just experiencing pain and not having an outlet, you know what I'm saying? Not having anyone to turn to talk to that could really provide me aid in the way that I needed to, and so writing became my medicine.
So you have always been writing, so you have maybe journals and books and things that you just kept over the years, but you haven't released anything. Was it just like journal entries, or were you actually just putting together books as well?
No, so how it works for me is I always felt like I was going to write a book of some sort, just getting started with poetry and just kind of letting my pain out on, pen to paper. I knew I would write a book eventually, but I never knew exactly what that was going to be about. So my writing journey really just stems from, me having really traumatic moments, emotional moments, and, the only outlet I had was my pen and my pad, and so I just got really hooked on it.
So over the years, did you ever sign up for any creative writing classes? Did you seek out any formal, coaching with this? No, okay.
No,
it's raw.
No,
okay, cool.
No mentors, no classes, nothing like that. Everything is life university.
Awesome.
Right? So you go through things in life and you just kind of do what works for you, and writing has always worked for me.
So you had mentioned just now that your process to writing is different and unique. So talk to us more about your process of writing your first book, and how were you able to bring your emotions to life on the pages, but not only on those pages, you brought those emotions to life on the videos and the content that you created on your Instagram account.
I think just naturally being a creative mind plays a huge role in how is my artistic expression. I could be writing based off of a lived experience in the current now. I never really write based off of something that has transpired and I've gotten over it. So it's always all of a sudden type of... So
you write in those moments?
I write in the moment. I don't prepare for the writing. A lot of times what happens is something will happen that triggers me in a way.
Right.
My emotions are all over the place. And my thoughts and my words, they just go and they go and they go and they go and they don't stop. The only time they stop is when I'm done writing. And so I just use that time to just get it out. And so that's always just been my method.
When it came to the creation of your content on Instagram, I saw one video that you posted where it was in response to, I guess it was some of the murders that was happening with some of the victims and the mothers who were experiencing
the poem Motherhood.
Yeah, so when you put the book together, was any of the writings influenced by what you had to say, or in the journals that you had, over the years? Did you use some of that content in the book?
Actually, Motherhood was developed in recent years after all of the murders, George Floyd and Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The list goes on. And so I have 2 boys. You know what I'm saying? I'm raising 2 men. And so when I look at my baby and I see how easily they can become a statistic, just, walking to the store, going to school, they love their hoodies, all of these different things,
That was a trigger for you.
Yeah, it was a trigger. And then Ahmaud Arbery, he had the same birthday as my son, and they both have the same names. It was so much on me as a mother and constantly in survivor mode that I just couldn't help it. You know what I'm saying? I've never experienced the loss of a loved one, of a son, but I can definitely understand the feeling of that pain and that anxiety and that stress, that worry.
What impact do you hope your book will have on readers, especially those who may have experienced similar traumas?
I hope that it inspires people to just write whatever they feel with no filter, without worry of judgment and criticism. You know what I'm saying? So I just really hope that they get the courage to just write and be free themselves of the pain, free themselves of being trauma trapped.
Right. I also am a big writer and I journal daily. It is very helpful. It is very helpful when you're going through things, especially if you're going through something where you can't speak to the person, but now you have an opportunity to just let it it out, it is very therapeutic to have that. So for sure, if you are not journaling, like Zakiyaa said, it is a really good habit for you to pick up and for you to just use, even if you don't have any aspirations of being an author and writing a book. It's therapeutic for yourself in life as you go through ups and downs and different challenges in relationships and even in personal things that you might be experiencing as well. So I really like that very much. So can you share with us like any specific moments or like stories from your book that you believe will deeply resonate with our audience, who is women in media? So they are women who are working in the industry, the media industry, the entertainment industry, and a lot of them are also business owners as well.
Okay, so because my book is a limited edition and conversations that I have I'm only going to have those conversations with the person who dares to buy it and support it. Because it is a limited edition, I am only releasing one copy, and therefore whoever chooses to purchase that book will be able to elaborate on some of those different stories that I discuss in the read. As far as specific experiences in the book, I can't really go there, but in terms of outside of that and just around the book.
So you said there's only one copy. What do you mean by one copy?
I'm only releasing one copy to the public.
Okay, what are you gonna do with the other copies?
I only have 5.
Have you sold them yet?
They're in the vault. No, I haven't.
You haven't sold the 5?
I'm not selling 5.
You're gonna sell one?
One.
So you're gonna have one person who purchased?
One.
How much is the book?
$300,000.
I saw that on your website. Wait. This is a different author business. I don't know about this one. So what is, talk us through this $3,000 book process and like.
No, everybody think it's like clickbait, right? Like everybody think it's like a marketing, strategy and all this other crap that I hear. And a lot of people are cussing me out like, how dare you? Why would you sell a book and nobody can buy it? And they're cussing me out in the comments like, you're not going to sell that shit, hang it up and all this stuff. But it's like, you have to understand that
I saw that
you may not be my customer, so I'm not really concerned about whether or not if you can purchase the book. But yes, it is, it's $300,000.
You did not answer my question as to the why behind the one book for $300,000.
Well, I put it out there. So just to simplify it, when people ask me that, it just boils down to, what is your trauma worth to you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's like you don't want to release all of these intimate moments and stories
for what
to the world. Like it's not a tell-all.
It's not a tell-all.
Got you. Well, this different. So
it goes a little bit deeper than that, but I have to filter the information that I'm able to really give you guys.
This is a true fundraiser. Okay.
Listen, stay tuned, because I guarantee you it's going to sell.
I love that. Listen, when you sell that book, you're going to have to come back on here and tell us how it feels.
Listen.
Tell us the part 2 of this. Y'all heard it here. One of the first places. We got a $300K author in the house. Okay? 6-figure book.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, she just switched the game. It's a whole nother level of writing out here. We ain't writing for $19.99.
Absolutely.
We writing for $300K. Let's go.
Doing it. Sorry, my pain is worth more than $19.99.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let me go. Just let me grow. Don't smother my potential. Let me be what I was sent here for.
Introducing the WIM Speaks Show, produced by Women in Media Global. Join us every Sunday at 10 a.m. on Video Mix TV for entertaining and empowering stories, insightful interviews, and inspiring content hosted by Danielle P. Jeter. Tune in and elevate your journey with us.
All of this spirit and truth living in me, because I am a woman of...
Can we get into some, specific moments of your childhood that like really impacted your journey as a writer?
If I have to be frank, daddy issues. Mm-hmm. It just starts there. That's where it starts. And it's an ongoing battle. It's an ongoing healing process, but it really just boils down to, daddy issues. And then you got generational trauma. You got generational abandonment and abuse. And you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. These different layers of toxicity.
Where were you born and raised?
I was actually actually born in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay. That's where the style and the fashion comes from.
No, actually, my fashion does not come from Detroit because I was not raised in Detroit. So I was born in Detroit. I would go every summer. Of course, I have family on both sides there, mom and dad's side. But I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. And so most of my life, I was in Cincinnati, Ohio. And then my adult years, since 2010, I've been in Florida, South Florida. I'm a little bit of everywhere.
Well, I definitely say Detroit because Detroit, like the women that I know and that I've met have so much great even the men, like just very stylish.
Yeah.
Like extremely stylish, looking good, dressing good. And I'm just like, I'm loving it. So
crazy
shout out to y'all.
My crazy side, my fun, crazy side, probably, you know what I'm saying? Got a mixture of that. But I'm sorry, I got to give it up to Sin City. I'm sorry.
I don't know too much.
I've been in Cincinnati way too long. That's really where the memories lie. And, you know, the molding happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The trauma too. But the great times really took place in Cincinnati. So I have to give it up to my city too, you know. And then we don't get it twisted. That wintertime come around, it's layers on top of layers.
Yeah, I know.
So
I'm
we
from
can throw
Pennsylvania.
It on.
I already know.
Yeah,
same way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, same way. So you mentioned some problems like with your father. Through your writing, have you been able to heal a lot of that process? Is it still something that, you know, you're going through?
It is very much something that I'm still growing through.
Yeah, I like that, growing through.
Yeah, for sure. You got to think about it. Like, you can't just get over things tomorrow when it's been a lifetime of pain. You know what I'm saying? So if I've been dealing with this since almost day one, it's going to take longer than a couple of weeks of book release to completely be over it. But I will say that writing this book has definitely put a dent in that healing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it has really kind of washed away some of the weight that comes with it. So I'm grateful for it. I'm definitely in a better place, for sure.
So are y'all in connection? Have y'all been able to, you know, maybe grow to a better place?
Yeah, like I love my dad. I'm going to always love my dad. If my dad needs me, he can pick up the phone and call me. It's never going to be a question. But is our relationship perfect? Absolutely not. You know, do I have all the positive things to say in the world about him? Absolutely not. But I'm not perfect either. But my issues stem from a younger me, you know?
Right.
And so those are the things that I'm really focused on addressing.
I know that, you know, you being brave and like sharing as much of your story as you can in this moment, you know, we appreciate it. And I believe that it is going to touch the listeners and the other women in media who tune in because, you know, your story is similar to a lot of women who have gone through life with issues with their fathers and things of that sort. So I know for sure that I feel like you have a lot, you know, you have a lot here to unpack, a lot that you can do with it and more people, you know, to inspire. So I just want to encourage you to keep going, but also maybe think about ways that you can release your story, you know, for the other type of buyer.
Yeah. She said for the ones that don't make $250,000, $300,000. She's like a lower tax bracket.
Because you'll be able to influence and inspire so many women.
You know, I am actually working on
and men too.
I am actually working on something that more people can touch.
Right.
So I haven't forgot about you guys. You're not the little
awesome.
people. Don't feel little. Don't feel small. It's always a method to my madness. So everything is always strategic when it comes to me. At least I try to be inclusive. I'm working on it.
I love that. I'm going to be on the lookout for that. And before you go, I just want to transition a little bit into entrepreneurship because we always talk about business on this show because that's what we're doing. You know, women are in business are really blazing their trails. But, you know, talk to me about as an entrepreneur, like what challenges have you faced in pursuing your creative endeavors with the book, with the videos that you created? You do a lot of photography as well.
Yeah, I do. I'm a very creative mind. And so anytime that I can create, I'm on fire. Anytime that I have to sit still too long and I'm not creating, I'm in trouble. I'm like a little all over the place. I feel like probably my biggest challenge in business, I hate the business side, but I get it done.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I would probably have to say funding.
Facts.
Funding, you know, unfortunately, we're at a disadvantage and we have to fight harder and we have to prove our points 10 times more. So I would definitely say, like, just getting those capital opportunities, it's a challenge.
It's a challenge, yeah. You are not alone in that. We as Black women entrepreneurs, you know, statistics show that our businesses are not funded at the the level or matching the level of males or even
others.
Others. So
that's what it boils down to, others.
The investing, the funding. But I do want to applaud a lot of the efforts over these last 5 years that have popped up on the scene that is trying to move the needle forward. But I think that it's so many Black women entrepreneurs. It's so many women entrepreneurs. So we're going to need those funding dollars to be even more. If you are in your community and you go ahead and connect with your local elected officials, whether they are at the state level, at the national level, right locally in your own city, because you can advocate for them to bring more funding sources to our community. You can also advocate for them to create programming where they can partner with corporations and help to do different things. So we don't have to just sit and take it. We can also be active to advocate for what we need, ladies. So
and shout out to Fearless Fund.
Yes,
shout out to Fearless Fund. They're going through some crazy big lawsuit because they're trying to really
do
help
something,
people, help the disenfranchised, right?
It's interesting.
But I think the story is very crazy. So I just want to, special shout out to them for being courageous.
Yeah, sending love
to
love to y'all.
Thing. Yeah, do that damn thing because it's crazy out here.
It's crazy how you could be on a mission to do good things.
You
a good person,
intentionally stopping you from helping other people win.
Bringing shade, bringing hate, bringing trying to tear down your progress. So whatever we can do, make sure y'all tap in and support Fearless Fund for sure.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for that shout out.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned how it's hard as a creative and artist to balance that business side. So how have you overcome that? The creative process, the business process, the artistic, vision that you have. How do you go back and forth?
I think balance is very important, and I'm a mother first. And so it was
How many children do you have?
I have 3.
Okay.
I have 3 children, boy, girl, boy.
How old are they?
And my oldest is 19, my middle is 15, and my baby is 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
I met your son, your 8-year-old son.
He's crazy. He need to be on Disney or something. He want a YouTube channel and everything.
He's really cute.
He's crazy, girl. He a mess. But so I have 3 blessings, 3 headaches. But I always try to remember how hard it was for me at one point when I was so invested, head down in my business, where I could not go to a basketball game, football game, anything, activities extra. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get away for 5 minutes. It was just business, home, kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Business, home, kids. So, but they missed out on a lot. And so I really, really live in regret. Although I know I was doing what I needed to do for, the betterment of my family.
Right.
I can't get that time back. And so what helps me now is just taking a break, stepping away from the hustle and bustle and really focusing on what's really important, which are my babies, which are my family. You know what I'm saying? Just making that my priority. And when you take time out for you and just investing in your mental health, working out, you feel better, you start to look better, you can move better, your thoughts flow, you're inspired more, travel a little bit, get out the house, you know what I'm saying? Even if you only going to the park and, you're taking a jog, but just take time for yourself to really just kind of give yourself a mental break, pull back, turn off social media.
Turn it off.
Turn off social media, step away from, the double tap and scroll.
Well, sis, you're looking gorgeous, okay? So it's working, and, kudos to you for just being so strong and keeping going and raising your children and the sacrifices that you had to make. I know that they appreciate it. I know that they love you and they see you. They only 19 and 14. let them be teens, But she don't look like she got a 19-year-old, so let's give it up.
I'll take that, too.
Let's give it up.
I'll take that.
All right, so as we bring our interview to a close, what advice do you have for aspiring entrepreneurs in the creative industry, who are looking to turn their passion into a successful business?
Be as creative and different and bold and fearless. Like, really just do it the way that is true to who you are, and everything will work itself out.
I love that advice.
Yeah.
Be authentic, be you. It reminds me of the message that Beyonce had with the Renaissance tour.
What'd she say?
Just the same thing. It's just about being unapologetically who you are. Be authentic. Show up as yourself. And the other part that she said was creating a space for everybody to feel comfortable to do that. So for sure, we know Beyonce, and she also talked about how she 40 something now, and she feels so liberated, and she feels another level of freedom because now she don't care about what nobody say. She's not being a people pleaser. She's not trying to be the perfect person. She's just doing what makes her happy so she can fulfill her life and just enjoy the time that she has. For sure. So we asked this one last question to all of our guests on the show, and we also going to ask you as well.
Okay.
Which is wise words learned from women. So what piece of advice from a wise woman you will never forget? What was that advice and who was she?
Hands down, my mom. The crazy part is I cannot narrow down verbatim what phrase, what motivational speech, what words of encouragement, whatever it is you want to call it. Like, my mom, hands down, is a blessing on this earth. I'm just sorry. Like, anybody that knows her understands that she is just a very loving, giving, just like a blessing to everybody who knows her. And she has definitely been my spine, my rib, you know what I'm saying? My heart at times. Like, she has really been my rock. You know what I'm saying? And I would give everything to her if my life depended on it.
Absolutely. Your mom sounds beautiful.
Keep your mama in your corner. You know, if you got one, yeah, well, everybody has one. But if it's rocky, fix it.
Fix it.
You know what I'm saying? Fix it. Because your mom, I can't really speak on that.
You only going to get one mom.
Yeah, but when it comes to my mom, it's just like, it's been so many conversations. It's been so many, you know, late night phone calls and, you know what I'm saying, staying up. And actually, today I lost my grandmother.
Today?
Her mom passed away today. So
today
has been very,
our condolences,
very
to
interesting.
You.
No, it's okay. But when I tell you, she is so strong, and I hate to say that because it's like this strong black woman thing, right?
Right.
I hate to say that, but the way she handles things, like, I have to applaud her. And, you know, my mom, for sure. Everything about her has been my inspiration. My words is just my mom.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for, you know, giving your mom her roses right now on the show. She sounds like such a beautiful person. So that is super dope. So we, you know, as we close up our interview, please share with everybody how they can purchase this $300,000 book. Okay? And all the other ways that we can follow you and support you. Just leave us with all the good stuff.
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram, social media in general at Zakiyaa Jada. That's ZAKIYAAJADA. And my book, the $300,000 book, The Conversations Unhad. Well, you can actually just visit the link in my bio. It'll take you from there. If you want to purchase the book, if you want to gain insight, if you want to talk to me, just go straight to the link in my bio. Everything you need will be there. I'm pretty good on the follow-up, so if you hit me up, I got you.
That's what's up. Congratulations. Thank you so much for spending time with us here on the WIM Speaks Show. And we're going to end our show with Dope Queen. This is dedicated to the dope queen we have in the room right now, Zakiyaa Jada. Shout outs to you. This song is by Suzanne Christine out of Philly. Let's go. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Girl? I love her.
All right. I think, yeah.